Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and I also welcome you to part 2 of our API development series. In part 1, we have implemented create and read. So don't forget, the four basic operation of an API is create, read, update, and delete. So guys, if you have not watched part 1, I will encourage you to watch part 1 before you watch part 2 so that you'll be able to catch up with us. So let's get started. So in this part, we'll be using our existing project. So let me run it again so that we all see that I've not made any changes to it. So this is it, guys. In part 1, we created create account endpoint and get all record account points. So let's test the get record. Look at it. So it's still the same data that we have. So I'll stop it now, then focus on update and read. However, before we continue to implement update and delete, right, I'll like to make some changes. So in the previous code, I named this guy as account. So I want to change it to employee now. Though there's nothing wrong with it, it will still work. So I just feel like we need to change it, right? So just come to the model, right click, rename. It's going to be employee model. Click yes, course, right? So let's change this to employees. Okay, so I need to make some few changes again. So let's change this guy to employee, then employees. So that's all. So let's run it again to confirm that our changes did not break anything. Okay, let's test it. Try it out. Execute. Yeah, so our app is still functioning the way it should. So nothing break. So another changes or another thing I would love to add to this employee model is user ID. So in part 1 we did not do that. So let's add user ID to this, and let's say user ID, or your home might be employee ID. So it's just an identifier. Going to be a string value. Okay. So let's go to where we have our static data. So let's include that ID here. So user ID equals to guild dot new guild dot to string, new guild dot to string. Okay. Right. So let's copy this. So let's paste it for the remaining two record. paste, paste. All right, let's test what we have. Okay, let's check it out. Try it out. Execute. Yeah, so each user now have a unique ID. They have a unique ID. It's also have a unique ID. Okay, stop it. So another thing we need to do here is at every time we want to create a new user, so we need to generate a new ID for that particular user. So user ID equals to guild dot new guild, beg your pardon, dot to string. All right, so that's by that. So now let's now create an interface for update, and then we'll implement that in interface. So go to your interface class, copy this, create account, then paste it. Just change it to update account. Update account. So leave this as the way it is. Then let's go and implement it. Don't forget. So we have shortcut to fix this. Just press Control period on your keyboard, then click implement interface. Right? We should have the interface here. Yeah, this is it. So I'll take this out, then go to our create account implementation, copy everything right here, then paste it here. So this is complaining for what? Can I implicit convert embedded ID to start trading? So just add a sync to this. So look at it, it stayed the same thing, but the only thing we'll be doing here differently is take this out. So we need to check if that record exists or not, right? By if this record exists, this is just a variable. You can name it anything you like. Then I'll be calling employee. So don't be surprised. This employee is not a magic. It's coming from here, from our static data, right? Now this is what is currently representing our database. So the necessary, so we're connecting it to the database to persist the data. Employee dot where e under expression e dot user ID up is variably. Let's use email. Email is also unique. Email equals to payload dot email, then dot first and also default, right? So if this guy if is record equals to null, and then service response equals to new, that's just return new employee rec, just return empty employee record. Yeah. Okay. So, and if it is not null, just update the record by saying this record exists. So first name, beg your pardon, that's first name equals to payload dot first name, then let me just copy and duplicate this. So we have last name. This will also be last name. We have address. This also be address. We have phone number. This will be phone number. So let's just assume that we only want to update these four data, right? So let's just pass this guy, does this. So pass this guy to this, and then return this. Subject response equals to this. Guys, we are pretty done with this. So the next thing is to implement it at our controller level. Just go to account controller, copy create account, paste it here, then call the service update account. Just give it the same name, update account, then change this to update account, and this should be post method will also work better. Let's use puts. So we are pretty much done with update implementation. So let's test it, guys. So this is the newly added endpoint to update our record. So let's get one record here, so I can use it to update our record. So let's grab this guy. Okay, we have it to be somewhere Ola sample. So let me copy this. Okay, try it out. Going to change this to Olatoji, then this Olawale, the email address, paste it, and then address. We use Lagos, and phone number to be this. So let's put a breakpoint to a new method, so I will be able to see it. Right. Execute. So here we have it here. Step over, step over. So this is where it's checking if that record exists. Yeah, it exists. Look at it. So we have record here. then change this. So just click on continue. So this has been changed. So to confirm it, so previously we have it to be Same Ola Sam for life, Lagos, Nigeria, and then the phone number to be 080123456 7. Now let's execute this guy again. Click on execute. Look at it. That's change. Olatunji, Olawale, this Lagos, and then the phone number. So coming from what we change it to here. So that's how to implement update method now API development. So the next thing we'll be looking at is delete. However, before we implement delete, so what we implement in part one was get all record. What about if we want to get record by ID? Let's quickly do that before we implement our delete. Okay, let's go back to our account interface. Under this guy, just do okay, get record, get record by ID, right? Just pass string user ID. So let's go and implement it in our account service. Same way, control period, implement interface. Click on implement interface. So scroll down. Okay, this is it. So what we're doing here is copy this guy. So it's pretty much the same thing. Let me grab the whole logic. Then replace it with this. Then take out this guy. Right. So this is our ID. So what are we querying our database with? It's going to be instead of this email, it's going to be user ID. Then goes to user ID. That's first or default. Right. If this guy equals to null, return empty employee record. And if it found data, just return it back to the user. So let's implement from controller level. So get out record, just copy this, paste it here. So give this guy name, get record by ID, then / user ID, taking user ID as a parameter. So change this guy to get record by ID. So get record by ID, then string user ID. So this guy is taking the user ID as a parameter. Just pass it here. User, beg your pardon, user ID. Okay, that's pretty much it. So let's test it, guys. Be on launch. Oops, that was a build error. Okay, let's check where the error is coming from. Click no. Right, we have here cannot implicitly convert employee model to sorry, we forgot to add async here. Because once you use task, have to pass async. Okay, let's test it again. So guys, we have the endpoint here. So let's test it, right? So look at it, it's requesting for user ID. Now let's grab one user ID here. Let's execute to be able to, so let's fetch Andrew. Andrew, just copy the ID, then go to this, try it out with the execute. So guys, we have this, we have Andrew here. So this is how to fetch a particular record. So your whole implementation might be different, might be yours might be you want to fetch the user record by email or by ID. That I think it's always better to use something that is unique to the record, either the user ID or the email address. So let's go and implement the last operation, so which is delete. All right, guys. So let's what I'm getting. Okay, let's modify this get record by ID method. So let's use it for our delete. So paste it, then delete record by ID. Just change this guy to delete record by ID. Then beg your pardon. Okay, paste it. So delete record by ID. Yeah, user ID. Still the same thing. You need to check if that record exists. Then if it does not exist, return empty employee record. And if it exists, so we want to delete it. So what we are doing here is going to be employee dot remove, then pass is record exists, pass it. So what we are just doing here is to remove this guy from the database and then return the record that we remove. Then let's implement this. Let's have it in our interface class and then in our controller class. So this is delete record by ID. Then let's go to account controller, copy this same get, put it, paste it here. So change this guy to change the HTTP vet to get, to delete. HTTP delete. Delete. So delete record by ID. Copy this, paste it, delete record, change this to delete record by ID. So guys, that's pretty much it. So let's test it. So here we have our delete endpoints ready. So let's give it a try. So let's grab one record here. Execute. So let's remove this guy from the database. So let me copy the user ID. Copy. Try it out. Paste. Delete. So this has been removed. So to confirm this, You see, we have the record to be Samuel Ola, then Ola Samfalai. So let's confirm it by calling this get all record. So look at it, we just have two data left. So let's remove this guy again. Paste it here, execute. So it has been removed as well. Let's confirm it. Execute, we have one record left. Let's remove the last record in the database. Execute. So let's confirm get all record. So guys, we have successfully implemented all the basic operations which have create, read, update, and delete. So that better, let's check what we can do again. Let's go back to our code and see what we can implement again. This, also this, also this, still correct. Okay, guys, so let's quickly add a validation condition to this as well. Right, so what we are doing here is just call is record exists, or just grabs the existing link query, copy it. So right there, right? So we are checking if the customer or user email already exists in the database so that you will not add them twice to the database. So what you will be doing here is if that record exists, if is record exists is not equals to null, alright, do this. So if it is not null, it means that that record is already in our database. So surface response equals to new employee. Just return empty employee. Okay, let's test it. Alright guys, so let's try to create new record with the same email address that we already have in the database. Let's execute. Let's grab this guy. Grab this. Paste it here. Right. Give it a name. Search some more address. Lagos. Follow them. 00787 So let's execute. Don't forget that we want to check if that record exists in our database. See, it exists, so it will just pass this guy. beg your pardon. So for it not to come to this line, so we need to add something. Let's just return it from here. So let me copy this so as I will not have to retype it. Let me stop it. Then just to return. And that's all. So instead of it to continue executing the other line of code, it will just stop from here. Let's test it again. So guys, let's test it again. Try it out and paste this. Right. Execute this and now. Then check if the record says it. Yes, we have the record. It says there. Right, continue. So look at it. To just return empty employee record. So normally we are supposed to set it to return to display a message, but we're not going to do that in this tutorial. So in the next tutorial, so we will do that. So thank you guys. Thank you for watching. If you find this tutorial resourceful, kindly subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Thank you. Bye. See you in the next tutorial.